So you have Nevada. What's the matter with saying Nevada, 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 Nevada? Nevada's freedoms. The Bill of Rights. You got an 1864 Constitution in Nevada. The 1864 Constitution in Nevada is still in effect today. Now, you got the Bill of Rights. You got the three branches of government, right? You got all these articles, but the very first article is a Declaration of Rights. The 1789 Constitution and then the 1791 Bill of Rights came 2 years later. The Bill of Rights came with the Constitution on the same day, 1864. So I'm going to read off the freedoms and then they're right. They're specific. So I'm going to read off the freedoms and try to talk a little bit more about, a couple of them here and there. So without further ado, here in the state of Nevada, we got a right to a habeas corpus hearing. We have a right to bear arms. We have a freedom from standing armies during peacetime. We have freedom from jail over militia fines. You didn't pay your militia fine? Well, you're going to jail. No, sirree, boobay. I don't think. Right to speak, right or publish sentiment on the various subjects. Right to speak, write or publish. And then the next one says that you can't pass a law suppressing speech or press. So that's straight up. You have a right to publish, speak, write sentiments on various subjects. Of course, no libel, no slander. But in the evidence pool, the jury, you can submit the truth. And if you really want to cover your butt, then you submit the truth along with two other things. The truth, and you have to say that you had good intentions. You had the truth, you had good intentions, and you had justifiable means. So those are the three: the truth, good motive, and justifiable ends. If you have those three things, then you're allowed to say whatever the fuck you want. You can publish and write and speak whatever the fuck you want. Why? Well, I was telling the truth, and then, the truth by itself is a good motive, and it's a justifiable end in itself. But my motive was to make sure that the corrupt establishment was the apple cart was turned over, and then that we all got apple carts and we all get to eat a bunch of apples. That's section 9. Right to marry a man or a woman, section 21. All marriages are respected. All legal and valid marriages are respected, but religion can discriminate anyways. Freedom from unreasonable search and seizures, 18. Section 18, right to be secure in our persons, houses, papers, and effects shall not be violated. That goes to Gloria the Pig. You got that Kaiser Karl and Gloria the Pig who live up on Sherman Way. Well, we got a right to revolution. Section 2 says we have a right to alter or reform our government. While we have a paramount allegiance to the federal government, we have a right to overthrow our government for protection, security, or the benefit of the people. A right to a trial by jury. Section 3 is sacred to all and to remain violate forever. Violate is violation. Inviolate, my bad. To remain inviolate, which means to never be violated, to be sacred. Right to bail, section 7. Right to a trial by jury, section 3. Right to peacefully assemble, section 10. Why would we have a right to peacefully assemble? Well, they give us 3 reasons. You want to cover your buckus, you want to cover your tuchus. Section 10, 3 reasons to discuss the common good. Why are you guys all congregated here today to discuss the common good? I remember in school, somebody had accused another person of stealing $1, and they made everybody line up, empty their pockets out. No unreasonable search or seizure. What had to be one of you 30. All right, empty your pockets, and it was $1. Anybody could have had $1 for any reason, not these poor-ass sons of... Right to bail, section 7, by sufficient sureties. That's not for life in prison murders, however, nor capital crimes where the proof is evident and the presumption is great. It was amended in 1980. Section 7, the right to bail. There's right to peacefully assemble. To discuss the common good is one reason. To petition the legislature for a redress of grievances is another. And to instruct our representatives. What are you doing? We're instructing our representatives how to run things. That is awesome. We all had a big meeting, and then we ordered our representatives to come to the meeting, and then we told those rat bastard fucks what to do. Why Section 10, right to peacefully assemble in Nevada? We have a right. The main reason, the preamble for Nevada, is domestic tranquility, freedom, and its blessings, and to form a more perfect government. Isn't that perfect? To form a more perfect government. So the United States is trying to form a more perfect union amongst the 50 republics and 900 military bases and 14 colonies, but Nevada is working on forming a more perfect government, trying to perfect this republic. So freedom from debtor's prison, except for slander, libel, or fraud. And you can keep the necessary comforts of life. A reasonable amount of property can be kept when wholesome laws are recognized. That's Section 14, freedom from debtor's prison, right to just compensation with eminent domain proceedings. The government tries to say they want to take your shit away. Well, they got to pay you a just compensation based upon the open market. There's exceptions: war, riot, fire, public peril. So if there's a fire, riot, or a war, then they might just take your shit anyways. But Section 22, this is added in 2008. We have a lot of protections from eminent domain. Government can't just come in and take our land, house, property, tents. We have a right to property, right? That's the domestic tranquility. We do have a right to property. Due process. They can't take a due process away from us without. They can't take life, liberty, or property without giving us due process. So what's that? A hearing? We got a habeas corpus hearing, and then a jury trial, and then that's enough due process right there, right? Pass out a couple subpoenas, pretend you right to just compensation forever. There's a right to religion, Section 4, without discrimination nor preference. I like that. It's good wording. Right to religion without discrimination or without preference, meaning that the government can't say one religion over the other, but they can't discriminate against any, and neither can anybody else. So it's kind of weird because you can't discriminate with religious folks, but they could discriminate against gay folks. There's even in the Bill of Rights said that they can't file a claim, which is like, damn, it's like the right to religion trumped the right to marry or something, the rights of the criminally accused. So they passed rights of victims' rights, but the rights of the criminally accused, these all copy the U.S. Constitution, essentially. No double jeopardy, right to remain silent, right to due process, self-defense, and with counsel. So you have a right to defend yourself in court and to have a lawyer, both you and your advisor. No, let's see. Amended 3 times, Section 8, freedom from excessive bail or fines or cruel and unusual punishment, Section 6. Section 8 was amended 1912, 1996, and 2018. Self-defense is intelligence. You have a right to self-defense. That's why we have a right to bear arms, and that's why we have a right to represent ourselves in court. We have a right to self-defense. Self-defense is obvious intelligence, unless you're a dumb motherfucking pile of shit, but a rational person can get there. You think you have a right to defend yourself? Who do you think doesn't have a right to defend themselves? We have a right to bear arms here in the state of Nevada. Section 11, this was actually added in 1982, but it was the section of freedom from standing armies. So it's saying that the civilians are supreme. The militia, the civilians are supreme, and we don't need to be in a militia in order to have guns if we have the gun for defense, security, hunting, or recreation, or other lawful uses. Security, defense, hunting, recreation, or other lawful uses. So those are the 5 reasons why you have a right to bear arms in the state of Nevada. No, it's not Nevada. You gonna drink with your pinky out? You fucking stuck up, eating your caviar and your goddamn yacht. Oh, Nevada. You clearly have never been to Nevada. You don't know Nevada. You don't know any Nevadan people, and you don't give a fuck about Nevada. What's the matter with saying the name of the Nevada the right way, you fucking motherfuckers? They know how to say their fucking name. You don't. Witnesses don't have to be unnecessarily delayed. That's Section 6. And I guess I'll end it off on, but you still got a whole nother bunch right here. Right to contracts, perfect toleration of religion, right to defend self, no quartering of soldiers, freedom from slavery, no ex post facto bills of attainder, right to vote, right to recall, 3 branches of government, freedom of conscience, right to safety, happiness, property, life, liberty, right to full and timely restitution, right to timely disposition, right to confer with the prosecution, victims' rights,